Hello all, and walk home from work here, so decided to do another video while I can. So in this video I wanted to talk about why seeking for Iran to not have nuclear weapons is really not going to resolve any problems. First off, you'll always get somebody ready to claim that Iran is on the verge of getting nuclear weapons, because it's a handy excuse to just fire off more missiles and more bombs. Iran knows this. Anybody paying attention to this whole issue knows this. And so anybody who claims that attacks on Iran are to prevent it from developing nuclear weapons is the basis for sound policy really hasn't been paying attention. Why does Iran not actually really require nuclear weapons at this stage? Because they now have a tried and tested way of holding the world's feet over the coals that they know will actually work, and that is just close off the Strait of Hormuz. Alright, they don't even have to do anything. They just have to basically declare that they've closed it off and laid mines, and that's it. We don't have any way of it, we being the West, or the United States in particular, doesn't have any way of stopping this. The Iranian coastline runs for hundreds of kilometers along the edge of the Gulf, particularly along the Strait, and those on the opposite side, be they Oman, the United Arab Emirates in particular, have no way to prevent the Iranians from sending aircraft with mines, small boats with mines, drones or missiles over the Strait. So the next time anything like comes up that Iran is not too pleased about, all they have to do is just announce that they're going to close off the Strait, and the whole thing comes to a tearing stop. The United States gets punished badly over rising oil prices. The Gulf states get punished badly over lack of commerce, and the rest of the world gets punished badly because of the supply disruptions. So this is like basically having a nuclear weapon, but more kind of slow burn. And it's not something that can actually be stopped because of geography. Iran, you can't really stop Iran from closing off the straits if they want to. You can make agreements, you can lay down rules and laws. If they really want to, they'll do it. So going after nuclear weapons sounds big and flashy. Preventing them from getting them sounds big and flashy. And I'm sure the Iranian state would really like to have nuclear weapons. That's why they were in the process of refining nuclear material to a standard that you require for nuclear bombs. But anymore, if anybody attacks Iran, they just close off the strait. And just as we have seen in the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, those attacks will fizzle out to nothing very, very quickly. So what has the United States and Israel managed to do? It has shown that this tactic works, that this tactic is actually possibly more viable than the development of nuclear bombs would be, and that this tactic is almost impossible at the moment to counter, at least not to the extent that would satisfy insurance companies and shipping companies to risk sending their vessels into the strait. So they can claim that various actions would prevent Iran from developing nuclear weapons, and let's be absolutely clear about this: Iran having nuclear weapons would be exceptionally bad, because you can't trust that what their government will do with it. But the Iranian government doesn't actually need to develop them to cause worldwide disruption, so much so that people would be actually afraid to stand up against them. Food for thought for any other country or any other state that wishes to acquire nuclear weapons for defensive purposes, and also food for thought for any state that is in a geographical position to cause immense damage to world supplies and world trade routes. The concept has been proven, it has worked, and Iran has shown that. So we're in a completely different world now. Have a nice day.